Okay, in the last video, we have learnt about the variable size using the queue. FIFO branch and bound we have seen. Now, let us see the variable size using the stack. Okay, so using the stack, LIFO, that's why it is called as LIFO branch and bound methodology. So, let us learn this again. So, first initially, so same as in the FIFO manner, we are going to explore the nodes in the fashion called as LIFO, last in, first out. So first what basically we are going to do means we will draw one node and we are calling it as a root node or initial node. Next, I have the complete liberty. I can able to schedule, okay, in the same manner I can able to schedule either job 1 or I can able to schedule the job 2 by ignoring the job 1. Similarly, I can able to schedule job 3 by ignoring the job 1 and job 2, or I can schedule the job number 4 by ignoring the job 1, 2 and 3. So let me first label the nodes as 2, 3, 4, 5. Now clearly it is shown that first I started exploring from the node number 1 by adding the new node called as node 2. Next I added one more node called as node 3, then node 4, then at last node 5. So now tell me which node is there on the top of the stack. Okay, so which are all the jobs I have scheduled? So job scheduled here is J1, J2 by ignoring J1. Okay, next job 3 by ignoring job 1 and job 2. Similarly here job 4 by ignoring job 1, 2, 3. Okay, only one job is selected. Now on the top of the stack the node number 5 is existing. So only job 4 I am going to execute. So I am not going to execute any other thing. If in the case of a FIFO branch and bound, first basically what we have done. So this was the first node we have created. The node number 2 was the first node we have created. So we started exploring the node number 2. Now we are using the LIFO branch and bound, last in first out branch and bound. So the newly added or top node on the stack top, the node present here is the node number 5. So we are supposed to explore this particular node number 5. So we can't explore this node because already this J4 is considered. So totally we have only 4 jobs. So the fourth job is already considered by ignoring the job 1, job 2 and job 3. So I can't able to explore the node number 5 again. So what I am going to do, I will just pop out this node from the stack. Now I will go for considering the next node which is there on top of my stack. So the next node which is there on top of my stack is the node number 4. So with job number 3 by ignoring job 1 and job 2. So now I will explore this particular node number 4 by adding one more job. I can able to schedule the next job called as job 4. Job 4 I can able to schedule it here. Okay. So by creating the node number 6. So you can see the difference using FIFO branch and bound and LIFO branch and bound. In the case of the FIFO branch and bound, the node number 6 was present below the node number 2. So now the node number 6 is present below the node number 4. So in this way, the last in first out is going to work out. So in this case, last in first out, once a new node is created, again it is added into the stack. Okay, it is not added into the queue, it is added into the stack. So now I am supposed to explore this particular node. Okay, so 6. So 6 I can't able to explore further because already job 4 is scheduled. All the 2 jobs are scheduled, J3 and J4 by ignoring J1 and J2. So it is dead end. So I can't able to explore further. So I will again pop out the next node, which is this node I will be popping out, node number 6. Again the next node which is there on top of my stack is node number 3. So I will pop out this and I will try to explore this. So already job 2 is considered. So by ignoring the job 1, so I can able to explore with 2 different nodes by adding the 2 nodes on the top. So I will just name this particular node as 7. So this will be there on the top of the stack first. Then on that I am going to add the one more node called as 8. 3 is already popped out because the node number 3 is considered. I have already popped out that. So now I have created 2 more nodes by scheduling the job number 3 and job number 4. So I can schedule job 3 or job 4. So job 3 I have scheduled and I can able to schedule job 4 also. So 2 nodes I have added into the stack. So now node number 8 is present on top of the stack. So I can't able to explore node number 8 further because already job 4 is considered by ignoring job 1, considering job 2, by ignoring job 3, considering job 4. So two jobs are selected, J2 and J4, by ignoring J1 and J3. So this node I can't able to explore further, just I will pop out this particular node from the stack. So the next is the node which is available on the top of the stack here is node number 7. So I need to explore this by popping out the node number 7. So if I pop out this, so I can able to explore further by adding only one job. So which is the other job? So job number 4 I can able to apply, or I can able to schedule job number 4 by adding the node called as 9. Now 9 is there on top of the stack. So if I want to explore further, it cannot be, it is not possible. So 9 is not possible again because already job 4 is scheduled, J2, J3, J4 is scheduled, J1 is ignored. So I can't able to schedule, no more jobs are existing. So it will be my dead end. So 9 is also popped out. Now the only one element which is left out in my stack here is node number 2. So now I am supposed to explore this particular node number 2 by adding the 3 nodes, because only job 1 is considered. Job 2 I can explore. I can go for job 3 by exploring the node number 2. By exploring the node number 2, I can schedule job number 4 also. So let me draw the line. Okay. So let me write it. So here I can schedule job 2. Here I can schedule job 3 by ignoring job 2. Here I can schedule job 4 by ignoring job 2 and job 3, only by considering J1 and J4. So let me write the node number as 10. Node number as 10. Here node number is 11. Here the node number is 12. Okay. Now 12 is there on the top of the stack. I can't explore further, so I will just pop out. So next node on the top of the stack is node number 11. So node number 11 I can explore further. So let me write it here. This as node number 13. So this can be drawn below the node number 11. Now 13th node is there on top of the stack with the job 4. By exploring the node number 11. So now if I consider this particular node which is there on top of the stack, I can't explore further, it's already a dead end. So I can't able to go for it. So 13 is also popped out. Now the only one node which is left out on the stack here is the node number 10. So I can able to explore it further by considering the job 3 as job 4. So two nodes I can able to draw it here. Below the node number 10. So here let me name it. Either I can schedule job 3 because J1, J2, J3, or I can ignore J3 and I can schedule the job number 4. So let me draw the node numbers as 14 and 15. Fine. Now 15 is there on top of the stack. So 15 cannot be explored further. So I need to pop it out. So next job 3 means which is there in the node number 14. So I need to pop out this, but I can able to explore it further. So I will explore it further as node number 16 by scheduling the job. Node number 16 by scheduling the job called as job 4. So I can schedule job 4. So in this way we can able to obtain the solution. So I hope you are clear with the two differences. Okay. So in the case of the queue, what basically we are going to do, which are the nodes are explored in the same order we are supposed to start exploring. In the case of the LIFO, okay, LIFO branch and bound, which node is there on the top, that node need to be explored first. In this way the LIFO branch and bound will work. Okay, let us go for the last method called as LC branch and bound. So LC branch and bound, how actually it will work, let us see. Okay, so first as it is initially, so we will be creating one node and we will be naming it as node number 1 by default. It is also called as initial node. Now what is the major difference between FIFO branch and bound, LIFO branch and bound and least cost branch and bound means, first initially we are going to assume what is the total number of, what is the total cost we can able to expect. So that we are going to write it here at the beginning. So what is the maximum cost? Initially the cost will be infinity. So just we will write the cost as infinity of a particular problem. Okay. So cost we are not aware. So what basically we are going to do means based upon the cost we are going to start exploring the nodes. So let me draw the 4 nodes here. We will just show a sample. Then we will consider least cost branch and bound for different problems. So you can understand in better manner, still more better. Okay. So now I have just drawn the 4 nodes here. So let me label it. First let me draw the edges. Then I will start labeling it. Okay. So here I have the node number 2, node number 3, node number 4, node number 5. So I can have any number of nodes. So parallelly I will write the job number 1, job number 2, so job number 3. So similarly I can have the job number 4 also here. Okay. So what's the difference means at each and every level, at each and every node exploration, so we are supposed to find out what is the cost. So each and every level we are going to find out what is the cost. Okay. So suppose if the cost of this particular node at this location is 25. So if the cost of this particular node is 12. So if the cost of the node here is 15. So if the cost of this node is equal to 30. Okay. So now in the case of a least cost branch and bound, what basically we are going to do means which particular node is having the least cost, only that corresponding node we are going to explore it to obtain the optimal solution rather than exploring the complete state space tree. So that is the main advantage of least cost branch and bound. So instead of going for exploring each and every node using FIFO branch and bound or LIFO branch and bound, it is better we can go for least cost branch and bound. So now among the 4 nodes 2, 3, 4, 5 which is having the least cost is available for the node number 3. So I will start exploring this particular node J2. Okay. So now already J2 is there, J3 and J4. So let me draw the line here. So I don't know what is the cost. Simply randomly I have given the cost as 12, 15 like that just for understanding purpose. Okay. So now the nodes present here is, let me label it as node number 6 and node number 7. So here suppose if I got the cost at this particular level is equal to 8. If I got the cost is equal to 7. For example, the job scheduled here is J3 and the job scheduled here is J4. So if the least cost I have obtained is 7, so whatever the least cost I have obtained is 7, I can't able to explore it further. So I need to stop it at this particular moment and I am going to say that only the job 2 and job number 4 is selected and only these 2 jobs are scheduled and these 2 jobs are responsible for execution because only the job 2 is executed and job 4 is executed with the cost 7. Initially my cost was infinity. Okay. So now what will the cost? The total cost of a particular problem is equal to 7. So in this way I am going to obtain the solution. So I need to obtain the solution in this fashion. So in this way the least cost branch and bound is going to work. First initially the cost we are going to assume as infinity. Let me repeat. So cost we are going to assume it as infinity. Then we will start exploring the particular root node or a initial node. Then each and every level we will measure what is the cost. Which node is having the least cost, only that particular node is going to get explored. The remaining nodes we are not going to explore. So in this way we can able to minimize the amount of time taken in exploring the node and we can able to obtain the better and optimal solution. Okay, I hope it is clear. Thank you.